but you handle it differently because your perspective is shifted. And that's what
Right.
we're trying to do with teachers is we have to change teachers' perspective. And it's like, well, how do you do that? You do that through relationship building it. You do through aha moments. You do it during timing. Like Jerry, when you're mad and upset and frustrated, and I'm going to give you a good example. You have a child that you did not want in your room. Everyone's room, the
Mhm.
room that's had been filled and a new student came in. Everyone loves the new students that come in. So I said, Jerry, you're really good with these kids and I've got to put him somewhere. He's a struggle, but you're going to be fine with him. So I drop him into your room. You're perfectly fine with having that child, but you are so frustrated that you can't see straight. You don't want to do, and one day you just blow. And you're like, you put him in my room, da 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 da. You get him in the office, or I get him in the office, and I'm like, this is not an appropriate referral, and I march the kid right back. And
Mhm.
after school, you're upset, I'm upset. And the first thing I'm going to say is I shouldn't have sent the kid back because behavior is communication. And if you send a kid to the office, even if it's inappropriate, what you're telling me is you are about to blow. So even if
Right.
I think it's an inappropriate referral, I'm not going to send that kid back because I'm sending the kid into a bad situation and I'm setting you up for failure. You hold on to
Right.
that kid for a while. Okay. You don't go to the teacher right after school and talk to them. Why? They're mad, they're frustrated, or angry. When you're angry, input is turned off and output is turned on. You just want to vent. So I would
Right.
never approach this at a time where you're upset, angry, frustrated, about to blow. I've got to find a time, Jerry, where you're calm, where you're in a
Mhm.
better, where you've had the weekend to decompress and then say, Jerry, last week was hard. I went into your classroom and oh my gosh, I can't imagine what you go through on a daily basis. You've got a handful in there. Like I just acknowledge it from the get go. And when
Right.
you're calm then we can debrief. But a lot of times as administrators, we approach situations when the teachers are in a mode of frustration. They're angry, they're frustrated, they shut down. So
Right.
timing is critical, just like with kids in the classroom. When a child's
Mhm.
upset or angry, that's not the time to teach them a new skill. We all know that. No. And you know what happens? We send the kid to the office and you have no problems with him. And the teacher says, well, of course you don't have any problems with him. When he's in your office, he's not doing his journal work. He's not doing this. He's not doing this. So of
Mhm.
course you don't have a problem with him. You have a
Mhm.
different relationship with kids because when they come into your office, it's a different climate. It's a different environment. It's a different relationship. So you can plant seeds with kids that if you were the teacher of record, you couldn't do.
Right.
So when we talk about working with kids and we talk about working with adults, it's the same thing of how do you go about changing perspectives and changing behaviors? You do it by building relationships,
Mhm.
addressing behaviors at times when people are calm, not when they're out of control, understanding that sometimes they just needs a little time and space to resolve the issue.
Mhm.
Just continually goes back to how would I want my own behavior changed?